Hello everybody. In this video, you will be learning about fields and properties. So the agenda of my video will be what are fields, what are properties, and inside the Visual Studio demo, we are going to cover up how to use fields and how to use properties. So first, we are going to talk about what are fields. You'll already be familiar with that fields are just ordinary variable members inside a class. So generally you should declare your fields as private and then use properties to get and set their values. By this way, you won't affect their values directly. So I'll show you that in the Visual Studio demo. This is a common case practice since having public members violates the encapsulation concept in object-oriented programming or OOP. So the syntax for declaring a private field is access modifier. You have to use the private access modifier and then the data type of what type the field should store and then the field name. So while you're declaring a private field, you should follow this naming convention. You have to put underscore before their name. So this is underscore first name and you have to name them with camel case. I'll show you that in the Visual Studio demo. So next I'm going to discuss about what properties are. So properties are also called accessors and they are also special methods. And properties are called accessors because they offer a way to get and set field values if you have a private field. So I'll show you that in the Visual Studio demo. Properties have two code blocks, which are get and set. I'll show you that too in the Visual Studio demo. So value is a keyword and it refers to the assigned value. It's like a parameter for the set method. I'll show you that too in the Visual Studio demo. So properties can be used as read-only by declaring only get accessor, and properties can also be used as write-only by declaring only set accessor. So the syntax for declaring a property is access modifier and then the data type, property name, and then you have to open up a curly bracket and then type in the get method, which also has curly brackets, and then you have to type in return and which field you're creating this property for, that field's name, semicolon, or else you'll get an error, which I'll show you in the Visual Studio demo. So the naming convention for a property is Pascal case. So we usually name properties with the same field itself, but we'll remove this underscore and name it in Pascal case. So after the get method, you need a set method. And then the field name equal to value, semicolon. I'll show you all these concepts in action in Visual Studio. So in order to access a field, a property, you need first to create an object of the class, and then you have to type an object name, that the field name, and then you can assign this value here where you have typed in the value keyword, and you can assign what the value of our property is. So now we are going to get straight into our Visual Studio demo, and then inside that demo I'm going to show you about how you can use fields and properties. So I'll just fire up Visual Studio. So before getting into the demo, I'll even like to say that we can even have a validation logic before setting a value to a variable. So just like I showed you how you can declare not a field, a property. I've declared a field, and where inside the set method I've typed in an if statement. So if our value is greater than 18. So we're doing the validation logic for our age field. So if our age field is greater than 18, then only we assign our field a value. Or else we don't assign it a value but write a line on the console saying that age is lesser than 18. So if you're directly using a public field, we cannot do such a type of validation logic for assigning it a value. Now we're going to do the Visual Studio demo. Okay, so here I've fired up Visual Studio and I've created a solution inside which we have two projects. One is a console application and the other is a class library. So first I'm going to show you what is the problem in declaring fields as public. So here I'm going to declare a public field. So public, and I want it to store string value. So public string, and I'm going to give it the name of first name semicolon. So now we are going to access this field in our console application. So first I will add a reference of this project in here, and then I'll click on OK or just click enter, and then I will add the namespace here. So the namespace name is student info semicolon. Now I'm going to create an object of the class. So var student obj equal to new student bracket semicolon. Okay, now we can directly access our field here. So object name dot field name, and we can directly access it and enter some value to it. So for example, octave semicolon. So this is just for showing you in the demo, or there can also be some sensitive information about the student or the customer using this application. So that is why we should not declare our fields as public but declare it as private. And if we still declare our fields as private, it violates the encapsulation concept in object-oriented programming. So the encapsulation concept says that only required information should be exposed and the sensitive information should be hidden. So now I'm going to show you how we can replace this field, make this field private and how properties work. So first I'm going to make this field as private, and then here I'm going to follow Pascal case, putting in an underscore, and here there is an error because it's inaccessible to its protection level because it's private in our case, right? So I'm just going to delete that line. So now I'm going to declare a property. So the keyword is prop, P-R-O-P, and you just need to click tab. Okay, so here first I'm going to change the data type to string, and then I'm going to change my property name. So we'll just copy this field name and paste it in here. So we don't need this underscore and follow Pascal case. Okay, so all the properties will have a get and set method. So I'm going to type in the get method now. So, here I'll click enter, and then here too, click enter, and delete this semicolon and start up the curly bracket. So now you see that there's an error here. So it says that not all code paths return a value. So they should have it should have to return the value of our field. So return field name semicolon. Okay, now I'm going to correct the alignment of my project. So I'll just click Control KD. Okay. So now I'm going to type in a set method. So there. Okay. So now I'm going to type in this field name equals value semicolon. Okay. So whenever you are calling this property in the calling class or the client application, the get accessor will get called. And as you can see that the get accessor returns the value of the private variable first name. So same goes for the set accessor. Whenever we are assigning some value to this property from the calling class or the client application, then the set accessor will get called. And as you can see that this value keyword, that value keyword will be populated with what data you pass from there, and that will be assigned to the private variable first name. So that is how a property works, and I hope that you're clear about how a property works. Now I'm going to show you the same using debug points. So that will make you understand a little more about properties. So to do that, we'll need to put in debug points. So before doing that, I will assign our private variable a value from our client application. So here you can just type in the object name dot first name equal to first name is a property name object semicolon. So for you to get a better understanding about the get and set accessors, I will declare a variable here. So variable and I will give it the name of get first name equal to the student lbj dot first name. So paste that in here, semicolon. Okay, so here first I'll put a breakpoint, oh not here, in here, and one there too. And then I'll go to my class library and put one here where the set accessor is there, and one even here. So now let's try and run our program. So we'll click on start. So first we are setting a value to our property. So the value is Akshit, right? When I'll click on F5, so this is called. So the value of first name is Akshit right now. Now after that, I'll again click F5 and it goes here. So now we're creating a variable and getting the value. So now we will make a call to the get accessor. So I've already assigned a value to our private variable that is Akshit, right? So here it'll just return our first name variable. So now I hope that it's very clear to you about how properties work, about the get and set accessors. So now we're going to do the validation logic before assigning in the set accessor before assigning the value to our private variable. So we'll have another kind of private variable for doing that. So I'm going to declare a private variable here. So private field, private integer, roll number, semicolon. And then I'm just going to create one more property for that. So I'll just copy this. Okay, and paste that here. So instead of first name, I'm gonna make this roll number. It should be underscore roll number. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this and paste it in here. No underscore and follow pastel case. Okay, so not first name again, but roll number. That too. Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to make this integer here. Yeah, the error is gone. And not first name again, but roll number equal to value. Okay, now the validation logic is gonna be if the roll number will be greater than 18, then only it's going to assign this a value. So I'll put in an if statement if value greater than 18, and then I'll start up a curly bracket and end it off here. Else, start up a curly bracket, console.writeLine. I'm gonna write it roll number is lesser than 18 or 19, 18. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my console application and call our property. So object name that roll number equal to, let's see, I'll assign it a value of 19. Okay, and now let's run our program. So Control plus F5. Oh, it doesn't display that here. I'll just even type in a console.writeLine method here too, saying age is greater than 18. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not age, it's roll number. I'm sorry. And I want to kind of display my roll number on the screen. So, because here we already have set the value. So, placeholder, okay, comma, and this is what you have to display in here. So, I want to just display the private variable roll number. Okay. And in this condition, 18 won't be considered at all. So I'm going to put in greater than or equal to. And then I'm going to run my program. So again, Control plus F5. Okay, it displays to me on the console that my roll number is 19. Okay, that is quite right. So the if statement is true and this value is greater than 18, so this got printed. So now I'm going to make a change to this roll number and try to make the else condition kind of true, and our property that roll number field does not even get assigned. So here I'm going to set the roll number to 15. And now we can run our program. So Control plus F5. Okay, it displays that roll number is lesser than 18. So now it is proven that we can have a validation logic before setting a value to the variable, the private variable, or not. So if you're directly using public fields, we cannot achieve this kind of a validation logic, whether to set the value or not. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like and share this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more. Goodbye till the next video.